We'll continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are reading from Canto 3, Chapter 32, Text 23. Vasudeve Bhagavate Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Yad Brahma Darshanam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Engagement in Krishna consciousness and application of devotional service unto Krishna make it possible to advance in knowledge and detachment as well as in self-realization. So we can see that if we are interested in detachment, we just have to engage in devotional service. If we are interested in knowledge, we just have to engage in devotional service. If we want self-realization, we just engage in devotional service. Because devotional service, by engaging in devotional service, automatically we get the perfect knowledge. We are situated in the perfect knowledge, we can get self-realization, and we can get detachment. We don't need to separately endeavor for such things. There are certain processes which are separate endeavor only for knowledge. But then with that, there's not going to be devotional service. With that, there won't be the true detachment. But with Bhakti Yoga, everything is there. It is said by less intelligent men that Bhakti Yoga devotional service is meant for persons who are not advanced in transcendental knowledge and renunciation. But the fact is that if one engages in the devotional service of the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, he does not have to attempt separately to practice detachment or to wait for an awakening of transcendental knowledge. So, sometimes we may practice certain austerities. There are certain people who do very, very severe austerity so that they can get detached. But just by engaging in Bhakti Yoga, automatically it will come. We don't need to separately endeavor. We don't have to wait, oh, one day I will realize I'm the soul. No, it will happen. We just engage in devotional service. Devotional service is the activity of the soul. It is said that one who engages unflinchingly in the devotional service of the Lord actually has all the good qualities of the demigods develop in him automatically. So Krishna says to Arjuna also in Bhagavad Gita that the devotee has all the good qualities of the demigods. Good qualities are very attractive. We like people who have good divine qualities. These are attractive qualities. Somebody who's very self-controlled, honest, simple, sincere, kind, humble, grateful. So these qualities are very attractive. But if we engage in devotional service, automatically we will get these qualities. We don't need to separately endeavor. No need to separately endeavor to cultivate these qualities. One cannot discover how such qualities develop in the body of a devotee, but actually it happens. There is one instance where a hunter was taking pleasure in killing animals, but after becoming a devotee, he was not prepared to kill even an ant. Such is the quality of a devotee. Does anyone remember this pastime? That the hunter, he was feeling enjoying when he was making the animals suffer. But after he became a devotee, he didn't want to kill even an ant. Does anyone remember this pastime? This
hunter was killing, and then he was enjoying killing every single ant. He was poking them very hard. So Narad Muni, I think he came and he said that, why are you doing this? And he was getting joy in doing it. He was really enjoying the hunter. So I think Narad Muni came then.
Yes.
And then he asked that, why are you doing this? What will you get? He said that, I don't know. I just enjoy doing it. I see them, I enjoy seeing them when they are dying and when they are So, and then Narad Muni guided him, and how by the knowledge of Narad Muni, he came on the right path, and that is the one, right?
Yes. So this was Mrigari the hunter. Mrigari the hunter, he was killing all the deer and all the other animals in such a way that he was half killing them. And so they were like being tortured to death. And he was enjoying watching them die like that. So when Narad Muni saw it, he said, it's better you kill them instantly instead of making them suffer like this. So just by being in association with Narad Muni, the hunter, he got some kind of sukriti because he's in the presence of Narad Muni. By the power of Narad Muni, he asked Narad Muni, why I shouldn't do this? This is what my father taught me. So Narad Muni said, because the way you're torturing these animals, the law of karma, you're going to be being tortured by them in your next life. Then he said, oh, what can I do? What should I do? Narad Muni told him, you give up all this wealth that you have collected by hunting. You take this tulsi tree and you sit and chant here with your family, with your wife. You just sit. Then the hunter Mrigari said, but who's going to feed me? Narad Muni said, don't worry, you'll have enough to eat. And the word spread that this hunter had become a devotee. And so everyone would come and see him. And it's the custom, when you're going to see a devotee, you take something from him. So they were bringing so much food for him that Mrigari had to tell them, no, please don't send so much, I have enough. And then after some time, Parasar Muni and Narad Muni were in the nearby vicinity, and Narad Muni told Parasar Muni, let's go, my disciple is nearby. And Mrigari heard that, oh, Narad Muni is coming. So he was so happy, he wanted to go meet him. But he was wobbling and wobbling on the path. So Parasar Muni asked him, why are you wobbling? He said, oh, because there are so many ants and I don't want to kill them. So we can see how he had a complete change of heart. Because he was a hunter and then he became a devotee. And so after he became a devotee, he didn't even want to kill an ant. So those who are very eager to advance in transcendental knowledge can engage themselves in pure devotional service without wasting time in mental speculation. Now, I may say that I want to have this perfect knowledge. I want to have perfect consciousness, perfect knowledge. We engage in devotional service, we will get perfect knowledge, transcendental knowledge. We don't need to engage in word jugglery. But by engaging in devotional service, we will get perfect knowledge. It's a guarantee. For arriving at the positive conclusions of knowledge and the absolute truth, the word Brahma Darshanam is significant in this verse. Brahma Darshanam means to realize, to understand the transcendence. So by engaging in bhakti yoga, by engaging in devotional service, we will be able to realize the truth. It is a guaranteed path. It's not that maybe when or probably no. You engage in bhakti yoga, you will get transcendental knowledge and you will get detachment. It is and self-realization. It is the perfect path. Brahma Darshanam. Okay. One who engages in the service of Vasudev can actually realize what Brahman is. So if we want to understand Brahman, Krishna says, I can be known only by devotional service. Only by devotional service can I be known. Bhakti Yoga. So Krishna says to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. So when we engage in devotional service, automatically we will understand Brahman. Why? Because Brahman is a partial understanding of Krishna. So we engage in devotional service and for sure we will understand Brahman. We will realize Brahman. We will be situated in the Brahman. If Brahman is impersonal, then there is no question of darshanam, which means seeing face to face. Darshanam refers to seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva. Unless the seer and the seen are persons, there is no darshanam. So not only can we be situated in the Brahman platform, but we can see God face to face. So now we may say, oh, seeing means I'm material. No, the body is a dead matter. Seeing face to face is the Jivatma can see God face to face on the platform of the Brahman. And that is real seeing. That is actual seeing. So it's not that the soul does not have spiritual senses. Oh, the soul has spiritual senses. It's not that the senses are only for the material body. The soul has senses. That's the reason the material body has the senses, because the reality exists. That's why the reflection exists. Just like we wear clothes, so our clothes has the legs or the sleeves. Why? Because it has to fit our body. We have legs or we have hands, so it has to fit our body. That's why our clothes have hands and legs, right? Similarly, the soul has spiritual senses. That's the reason the body, material body, has these material senses. So Brahma Darshanam means that as soon as one sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he can at once realize what impersonal Brahman is. Now, if we are seeing God face to face, means we can get perfect knowledge because we are seeing the absolute truth. There's nothing more to be known. There's nothing more to be known. It's complete realization of all knowledge. A devotee does not need to make separate investigations to understand the nature of Brahman. Bhagavad Gita also confirms this: Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. A devotee at once becomes a self-realized soul in the absolute truth. So we do not need to separately endeavor to cultivate knowledge, to cultivate detachment. No, we simply engage in hearing and chanting. Just engage in devotional service and everything will come. Everything. There will be perfect knowledge, there will be detachment, there will be self-realization. We just have to continue the process of devotional service with faith, with enthusiasm, with patience, with determination. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, does it make sense that by engaging in bhakti, we can get perfect knowledge, we can get self-realization, we can get detachment? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then reading on. Yadyasya chitam artheshu sameshva indriya vrittibhihi na vigranati vaishamyam priyam apriyam iti yuta. The exalted devotee's mind becomes equipoised in sensory activities, and he is transcendental to that which is agreeable and not agreeable. So this is the position of the pure devotee. The pure devotee, he's perfected his Krishna consciousness. So his mind is in equanimity. His mind is at peace. The significance of advancement in transcendental knowledge and detachment from material attraction is exhibited in the personality of a highly advanced devotee. So the devotee, we can see how he acts. We can see what is his consciousness. It's not only just simple words, but the devotees are living, the pure devotees. They are examples. They are like, okay, tried and tested, like that kind. For him, there is nothing agreeable or disagreeable because he does not act in any way for his personal sense gratification. So any situation the devotee is, there is nothing good or bad for him. We are always, oh, this is good for me, this is bad for me. So I want only the good, I don't want the bad. I don't agree with this, I agree only with this. Why? Because we are thinking in terms of the body. I am the body. But the pure devotee, he is completely understood. He is the spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. He is completely understood that his eternal activity is just to engage in transcendental loving service to Krishna. So whatever he does, whatever he thinks is for the satisfaction of the personality of Godhead. He has no personal agenda. He's not personally attached to any particular situation. We are attached to particular situations. Oh, this is good for me, so I want this to happen. This is not good for me. I'm uncomfortable in this position, so I don't want it to happen. Why? Because we think on the platform of the body. But the pure devotee, wherever, whatever situation, is all transcendental for him. Why? Because his consciousness is, I'm going to please God by my activities, whatever situation it is. His consciousness is that I will act in a way which is pleasing to Krishna. Either in the material world or in the spiritual world, his equipoised mind is completely manifested. So it doesn't mean that we have a mind only in the material world. No, we have a spiritual mind too in the spiritual world. Right now, our mind is material, yes, but we have a spiritual mind. And the pure devotee, his mind is in balance, equipoised, completely in balance, because he has perfect knowledge. He's perfect knowledge. He has no ignorance. He can understand that in the material world there is nothing good. Everything is bad due to its being contaminated by material nature. The materialist conclusions of good and bad, moral and immoral, etc., are simply mental concoction or sentiment. Actually, there is nothing good in the material world. So we say, oh, this is a good thing. Oh, it's so good this happened. Oh, this is so bad it happens. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so bad. But all these relative things are only in the material world. We are spirit souls. We have nothing to do with the material world. And that's the reason it is said. The scriptures are saying that there is nothing good, there is nothing bad. Everything is bad in the material world. Why? Because we are thinking we are the body. We are acting as we are the body, whereas we are not. We are not able to understand it. And so we say, oh, this is moral, this is immoral, all based on body, not understanding we are the soul. There is no variety in the spiritual varieties, because a devotee accepts everything in spiritual vision. He is equipoised. That is the symptom of his being elevated to the transcendental position. So a devotee, his mind is completely in balance. He does not see something as good or something as bad. He's on the transcendental platform. Transcendental platform. He automatically attains detachment, vairagya, then gyan, knowledge, and then actual transcendental knowledge. So by engaging in devotional service, what happens is the devotee, first he gets detached from the material world, then he gets knowledge of what is the truth, and then he is situated in that knowledge. Actual transcendental knowledge means he realizes the knowledge, means he is situated on the Brahman platform. The conclusion is that an advanced devotee dovetails himself in the transcendental qualities of the Lord, and in that sense he becomes qualitatively one with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the pure devotee completely understands, I'm not the body, I am a pure spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. And so he engages himself in the loving service of Krishna. That is the platform of the pure devotee. So, Satadai Vatmanatmanam Nisangam Samadarshanam Heyopadeya Rahitam Arudam Padam Ikshate. Because of his transcendental intelligence, the pure devotee is equipoised in his vision. and he sees himself to be uncontaminated by matter. He does not see anything as superior or inferior, and he feels himself elevated to the transcendental platform of being equal in qualities with the Supreme Person. So this is the liberated platform. He's completely understood he's not the body. He's completely understood he's a pure soul, part and parcel of God. And so he's completely, because he's understood, yeah, I'm part and parcel of God, so he has equal qualities of God. Krishna is Satchidananda. So the Jivatma is also Satchidananda. Only the quantity is different. Krishna is unlimited. We, the Jivas, we are minute. Minute. That's why we are called Jiva. Minute. Infinitesimal. Perception of the disagreeable arises from attachment. Sorry. A devotee has no personal attachment to anything. Therefore, for him, there is no question of agreeable or disagreeable. For the service of the Lord, he can accept anything, even though it may be disagreeable to his personal interest. So why do we say this is a good situation for me and this is a bad situation for me? Why? Is because of our attachment. We are attached to this material body. We are attached to the material world. So we make choices based on that. Our mind is always making us think, oh, this is a good situation, you will enjoy, or this is a bad situation. Avoid it. Don't be there. But for a pure devotee, who is he attached to? He is just attached to Krishna. He's not attached he's not attached to his body. In the sense, he's understood that he's not the body. He's understood that he's part and parcel of Krishna. So automatically his attachment is to Krishna. So the circumstances that he's in, it doesn't matter. Because his only concern is how I can serve Krishna, no matter what the situation. Because devotional service is not dependent on any material condition. No material situation can stop devotional service. Nothing material can stop devotional service. For the service of the Lord, he can accept anything, even though it may be disagreeable to his personal interest. In fact, he is completely free from personal interest, and thus anything agreeable to the Lord is agreeable to him. This is the position of the pure devotee. He does not say, oh, this is a good situation for me, this is a bad situation for me. No, he says whatever is the will of the Lord, and he serves Krishna. For example, for Arjuna, at first fighting was not agreeable, but when he understood that fighting was agreeable to the Lord, he accepted the fighting as agreeable. That is the position of a pure devotee. So Arjuna did not want to fight the battle. Who would want to kill his grandfather, his teacher, his cousins? He was attached to them. He said, I'm not going to kill them. Imagine doing that. So Arjuna didn't want to fight, but when he understood that Krishna wants this war, he said, then yes, I will fight for the pleasure of Krishna. This is a pure devotee. A pure devotee, he does not consider what his personal like or dislike is. He has no personal interest. He's completely understood his position as part and parcel of Krishna. He's completely understood he's not this body. His attachment is to Krishna. So he acts out of that love for Krishna. For his personal interest, there is nothing which is agreeable or disagreeable. Everything is done for the Lord. And therefore, he's free from attachment and detachment. That is the transcendental stage of neutrality. A pure devotee enjoys life in the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So a pure devotee, because he's not attached to the material world, he's completely attached to Krishna. He's at perfect peace. He's perfectly happy and he's perfectly enjoying himself. Now we may say enjoying means material. No, true enjoyment is on the spiritual platform, Ananda. The bliss is there on the spiritual platform because he's completely understood his position as part and parcel of Krishna. And so he engages in this loving activities, these loving exchanges with Krishna. And so he is completely happy. This is the position of the pure devotee. So we may not be there as yet, but we can hear about it. Just desiring to be a pure devotee is a great thing in itself. But we just continue hearing and chanting and live hearing and chanting sincerely, with sincerity, take shelter of the holy name, and everything will come. Is that okay? Do you have anything to add or comment?
So we are talking here about still the pure devotees, and Kapila Muni is still telling to Mata Deva Ahuti about what actually is pure devotion, right?
That's right. That's right. Yes. Yes, Lord Kapila Dev is telling Devahuti the results of devotional service. She's saying if you do devotional service, you will get perfect knowledge, you will get perfectly detached, you will be self-realized, and then you will be completely happy, free from any material circumstance, because you're already situated in the relationship with Krishna.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll stop here for today. Thank you so much for listening and enjoining in Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.